Good morning, all of you. This is Nageshwar Rao, Assistant Professor of Physics, Government Degree College, Chintalapudi. Today, in this presentation, we will discuss about what is Carnot heat engine and its efficiency. Initially, heat engine is nothing but an engine. It converts heat energy into the work. It converts heat energy into the mechanical work that is called an heat engine. Carnot is a French engineer. In 1824, he designed an engine which is free from all practical engine defects. Of course, this Carnot heat engine is an ideal engine. It is not available in real. There is only theoretical engine. So Carnot heat engine consisting of four parts. So one is, of course, that is called working substance. In most of the cases, in this Carnot heat engine, ideal gas is taken as a working substance. Second one is a source whose temperature is very high. The working substance can absorb the heat energy from the source. Third one is the sink. It is at low temperature. An amount of heat is rejected to the sink by the working substance. And of course, fourth one is the insulating stand. It is used to make adiabatic process. So one by one, we will discuss now what is working substance. In this Carnot heat engine, the working substance may be taken as an ideal gas. It is enclosed in a cylinder piston arrangement. So this is the cylinder. It is made with the insulating material, three sides. The bottom is only with the conducting material to make all such operations. So inside of this cylinder, it is kept with the ideal gas. This is called working substance. The second one is source. It is at very high temperature. That is a T2, T1, and it is a high contains high thermal capacity. Even though we have received some of the heat energy from this source, the temperature of the source does not decrease. So due to its high thermal capacity. The third one is sink. It is making it very low temperature. Sink is nothing but in ordinary sense, the waste material will send out. In this case also, an amount of heat, excess heat by the working substance is rejected to this sink. So it is maintained at low temperature T2. And fourth one is insulating stand. It is used to make all adiabatic process. Maybe it may be adiabatic expansion or adiabatic compression. We will use this insulating stand. So this is totally material is filled with the making with the insulating material. Of course, this working substance undergo four operations in this Carnot heat engine. So the first one is called isothermal expansion. So in which AB shows the isothermal expansion, whose initial temperature is P1, temperature is T1, volume V1, and pressure P1 of the working substance. After expansion isothermally, whose volume is increased to V2. Due to this increase in volume, the pressure is decreased to P2. And we know in isothermal process, the temperature T1 remains constant. So at 2 points, that is at A, at B, the temperature is T1. So this is called isothermal expansion. And next one is adiabatic expansion. We know in adiabatic expansion, no heat is transferred between system and surroundings. So this is BC shows the adiabatic expansion. Of course, so when due to this expansion, volume is increasing from V2 to V3. Due to the volume increasing, the pressure decreases to P3. Of course, due to this adiabatic process, the temperature is decreased from T1 to T2. And third one is isothermal compression. So in this, CD represents the isothermal compression. Isothermal process, temperature T2 remains constant and the volume is decreased from V3 to V4 and the pressure is increased from P3 to V4. Of course, in isothermal compression, the temperature T2 remains constant. So at C and at D, the temperature T2 is same. And fourth one is adiabatic compression. So of course, in this also there is no heat transfer. Due to this compression, the volume is increasing from V4, decreasing from V4 to V1. It is nothing but initial value. Whenever the initial value is going to initial value reached, the pressure is also reached initial pressure P1 and also temperature reached initial temperature T1. So this is a cycle. So cyclic process. So Carnot heat engine can be taken as a Carnot cycle. So this is a reversible process. So now we will discuss one by one. That is how much work done in an isothermal expansion and how much work done in adiabatic expansion and how much work done in isothermal compression and how much work done in adiabatic compression we will discuss now. The first one is isothermal expansion. Initially, let us assume 1 gram mole of gas isothermally whose value is going from V1 to V2. Then its pressure is decreasing from P1 to P2 at a constant temperature T2. We know initially the small change in volume dV, an amount of work done by the gas dW is equal to PdV. But the volume is changing from V1 to V2, so the total work done in this expansion from V1 to V2 is dW is equal to W is equal to integration dW whose limits are changing from V1 to V2. Of course, we know dW is equal to PdV. So in this case, this cylinder with this system is kept on the source. Due to this expansion, that is nothing but piston is moving upwards. Its temperature slightly decreases. Then the heat energy is absorbed from the source. Since and again, its temperature reached T1. But we know from the ideal gas equation, P is equal to RT, P is equal to RT by V. When this RT by V is substituted to this equation, an amount of work done, W is equal to integration V1 to V2, that P is replaced by RT by V into dV. We know R is constant and T is the temperature, that is at T1 we know. So when came outside, that is the Q1 is equal, RW1 is equal to, this is equal to the amount of heat received from the source. That is R is constant. T is we know constant in isothermal process. That is T1 in the AB curve. That is T1 into integration dV by V. But we know integration dV by V is log V. After submitting limits, that is log V2 minus V1. That is log V2 by V1. So that an amount of work done in an isothermal expansion, W1 is equal to Q1. That is equal to T1 log V2 by V1. Of course, this shows by the PV diagram. This is equal to an amount of work done is equal to the area, that is A, B, B dash, A. This area covered by this curve is equal to an amount of work done in this isothermal expansion. Of course, this equation is taken as 1. What is adiabatic expansion? We know in adiabatic expansion, the system is kept in the insulating stand. So this is the system which is kept in the insulating stand. Now we know these 3 sides are insulating material. Of course, the bottom is also now it is insulating material. Now there is no chance to escape the heat from the system into the surroundings. Due to this expansion, the value is going from V2 to V3 and pressure is decreasing from P2 to P3. In this adiabatic expansion, the temperature decreases from T1 to T2. We know an amount of work done for small expansion dV, that is dW is equal to PdV we know. Now, for the expansion of V2 to V3, the total work done W2 is equal to, that is integration PdV, whose limits from V2 to V3. Because dW is equal to PdV. But now we know from the adiabatic equation, PV power gamma is equal to constant. From this P is equal to K by V power gamma. When we substitute this value into the above equation, that is W2 is equal to integration K by V power gamma dV. Of course, whose limits are from V2 to V3. We know K is constant, then came outside. That is integration dV by V power gamma or V power minus gamma dV. Integration afterward is V power minus gamma plus 1 by minus gamma plus 1. Because by using the integration formula, integration x to the power n dx is equal to x to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1. We know when these, after submitting the limits, k by minus gamma plus 1 is written as 1 minus gamma. That is, the first limit is v3 power 1 minus gamma, and the second limit v2, that is v to the power 1 minus gamma. So this is a function of 3, this is a function of 2. Of course, this k is going inside. That is w2 is equal to 1 by 1 minus gamma, k into v3 power 1 minus gamma minus k into 1 v to the power 1 minus gamma. Of course, we know in adiabatic gas equation, P3 V3 power gamma is equal to constant, and P2 V2 power gamma is equal to constant, that is K. According to the formula, PV power gamma is equal to K. So we know there is a suffix 3, so that when in place of K, it is replaced by P3 V3 power gamma. And here this is V2, that is suffix is 2. In this K, we may replace with K by V2, P2 V2 power gamma. Then P3 V3 power gamma into V3 power 1 minus gamma minus P2 V2 power gamma into V3 power 1 minus gamma. Of course, this is 1. You look here, this plus gamma and minus gamma cancel. There is only P3 V3. And here also plus gamma minus gamma cancel. That is only P2 V2. So that work done, W2 is equal to 1 by 1 minus gamma into P3 V3 minus P2 V2. But we know from the ideal gas equation, PV is equal to RT. In the case point B, P2 V2 is equal to RT1. And at point C in the PV diagram, P3 V3 is equal to RT2. These values, when substituted into this equation, that is W2 is equal to 1 by 1 minus gamma into actually RT2 minus RT1. When R came outside, 1 minus gamma is replaced by gamma minus 1, because we know gamma is greater than 1. So when this is a T2 minus T1 is written as T1 minus T2. So that work done in an adiabatic expansion, W2 is equal to R by gamma minus 1 into T1 minus T2. Of course, this is equal to the area covered by B, C, C dash, B dash, B. Because this is in this adiabatic expansion, the curve covered is area B, C, C dash, B dash, B. This area is equal to an amount of work done in an adiabatic expansion. We know the third one is isothermal compression, how much work done. So in this case, this system is kept on this sink. Now it is compressed. By pressing this piston inside, the volume decreases from V3 to V4. And of course, due to this volume decreases, pressure increases from P3 to P4. We know this is isothermal process, so that due to this temperature increase, some of the heat is given to the sink and the temperature T2 remains constant. Because in isothermal process, T2 remains constant, is given or rejected heat energy to the sink. Same as usual, we know due to the small expansion dV, an amount of work done by a gas. Here is on the gas, that is dW is equal to PdV. So we know due to this compression from value V3 to V4, that is total work done, that is W3 is equal to integration V3 to V4 dW. We know dW is equal to PdV. So in as usual, we know that is from the ideal gas equation, PV is equal to RT. When RT by V is substituted in this equation, that is integration dV by V. Of course, in this isothermal compression, the temperature is T2 remains constant. We know as usual, integration dV by V is log V. That is W3 is equal to, which is equal to amount of heat rejected to the sink is equal to RT to log, actually log V to the base E. Of course, loosely with V3 to V4, that can be written as log V4 by V3. So this is an equal to work done in isothermal compression, and in case of PV diagram, this is equal to area covered by D, C, C dash, D dash, D. By area between D, C, C dash, D dash, D. So this is equal to work done in an isothermal compression. And fourth step, we know adiabatic compression. It is again compressed. It is after kept on the insulating stand. Because this is adiabatic process, it must be made on the insulating stand only. Now, in this case also, the system surrounded by insulating material in all sides. Due to this compression, again, that is nothing but piston presses inside, that is downwards. The volume reaches to original volume V1 from V4 to V1. Then what happened initially, then immediately the pressure reaches to original pressure, that is P4 to P1, and his temperature is reached from T2 to T1. This temporary pressure is reached from P4 to P1. This is P4 to P1. Now, we know in case of small being work, for expansion of dV, an amount of work done dW is equal to PdV. Where the volume is increasing from V4 to V1, the total work done, that is W4 is equal to integration PdV, whose limits from V4 to V1. Now again, as usual, from the adiabatic gas equation, PV power gamma is equal to constant. The P is replaced by V power K by V power gamma. So then the total work done W4 is equal to integration V4 to V1 K by V power gamma into dV. Of course, after integration, the same procedure, we may get this work done in adiabatic compression. W4 is equal to R by gamma minus 1 into T2 minus T1. Of course, this is equal to, this is an adiabatic compression, we know. This is equal to an area covered by this curve A, D, D dash, A dash, and A. This area is equal to an amount of work done in an adiabatic compression. We know our aim is to calculate the efficiency of the heat engine. What is efficiency? Efficiency can be defined as the ratio between work done by the cycle or work done by the gas into the amount of heat received from the source. So the ratio between work done in a complete cycle and heat taken from the source is called efficiency. So that efficiency is equal to work by Q1, that is heat received from the source. But we know W is equal to Q1 minus Q2. Of course, that is equal to 1 minus Q2 by Q1. So what is the total work done in this cycle? We know total work done is equal to W1. This is work done in isothermal expansion. W2 work done in an adiabatic expansion plus W3 work done in isothermal compression plus W4 work done in adiabatic compression. When above values, when substituted into this equation, that is RT1 log V2 by V1 plus W2 is R by gamma minus 1 and T1 minus T2. W3 is equal to RT2 log V4 by V3 plus W4 is R by gamma minus 1 into T2 minus T1. You see here the second term is R by gamma minus 1 into T1 minus T2. Fourth term is R by gamma minus 1 into T2 minus T1. When minus is taken as then R by gamma minus 1 into T1 minus T2. Of course, the second term and fourth term are equal and are opposite sign. Maybe cancel each other. The total work done in this cycle, W2 is equal, or W is equal to RT1 log V2 by V1 plus RT2 log V4 by V3. So what is the relation between V1, V2 and V3, V4? Our aim is to calculate that one. Here, this is V4 by V3 is replaced by V3 by V4 by taking minus is center. So that the total work done in one complete cycle, W is equal to T1 log V2 by V1 minus RT2 log V3 by V4. Yes, work. So now to calculate the relation between V1, V2 and V3, V4, you want to take adiabatic process. In this diagram, we know BC is an adiabatic expansion. So in adiabatic expansion, the equation of adiabatic process is the relation between T and V is Tv power gamma minus 1 is equal to constant. Tv power gamma minus 1 is equal to constant. That is the equation of the adiabatic process. So for the case of B, we know that is a Tv, that is a T1 V2 power gamma minus 1. That is a T1 V2 power minus gamma minus 1. That is equal to at point C, that is a T2 V3 power gamma minus 1. that is a T2 V3 power gamma minus 1. From this, T1 by T2 is equal to V3 by V2 whole to the power gamma minus 1. Similarly, A and D also, this A point A and point D also in adiabatic compression, so that we may apply same formula to these AD points. That is a T1 V1 power gamma minus 1 is equal to T2 V4 power gamma minus 1. You see here? That is T1 V1 power gamma minus 1 is equal to T2 V4 power gamma minus 1. From this, T1 by T2 is equal to V4 by V1 to the power gamma minus 1. Summed of course above equation and this equation are T1 by T2. When comparing these two equations, V3 by V2 to the power gamma minus 1 is equal to, that is V4 by V1 to the power gamma minus 1. Of course, this is gamma minus 1 and this gamma minus 1 are equal, so that V3 by V2 is equal to V4 by V1. From this, V3 by V4 is equal to V2 by V1. When this value is substituted to the total work done, that is equal to RT1 log V2 by V1 minus RT2 log V3 by V4, the V3 by V4 may be replaced by V2 by V1. So that W is equal to RT1 log V2 by V1 minus RT2 log V2 by V1. So there is R and I have take common. This is also log V2 by V1. This is also log V2 by V1. When you take this, that is total work done, W is equal to R into T1 minus T2 into, that's log V2 by V1. So we know from the efficiency formula, that is W by Q1. We know W is equal to R T1 minus T2 log V2 by V1. By that, Q1 is equal to R T1 log V2 by V1 from the first equation, where R cancel, log V2 by V1 and log V2 by V1 cancel, so that there is only efficiency eta is equal to T1 minus T2 by T1, or maybe written as eta is equal to 1 minus T2 by T1. So this is the efficiency of the Carnot heat engine. This is an ideal engine, not available in real. This is only depending on the temperatures of the source and sink. It is not depending on the working substance. If the temperature of the sink is 0, if T2 is equal to 0, the efficiency eta is equal to 100%. So actually in actual practice, there is no engine is possible until now to obtain the 100% efficient engine. So this is an ideal efficiency of the Carnot heat engine. Thank you.